everybody. Yay, okay. I think I'm going here. Let's see. Hold on. I'm just getting my comments set up so that I can see what you write. And that is harder to do on my computer. There we go. Yay, right. Hi, Virginia. Hello. Thank you for watching and hopefully playing along because, oh my gosh, we have such big stashes, right? We need to use them up. Oh, I feel like I made this mad dash over here. I had to take care of Moose before I came over and I lost track of time and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm behind. Anyway, here I am, just waiting for everybody to find me. Oh, good. Well, hey, if you just want to sit and watch and chat with me, that's cool because I can actually see comments. I see Virginia, I see Stephanie. Hello, hello. And I understand if you have to come and go. Please don't feel like, oh my God, I'm the only one watching and I have to leave. Don't freak out. Just go. It's fine. What I'll do is I'll keep this recorded. It'll stay there for 30 days. I don't plan on putting this on YouTube, so it will not be saved. But I'll try to take lots of photos of the cards afterwards, and the photos will be there. Maybe I'll do a quick reel. They're not deleting reels. So let me tell you what you need to pull together, and I can show you what I'm going to work with while you pull yours together. I grabbed a whole bunch of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I use hammer mill cover. Let me show you. This is typically what I keep when I keep 8.5 by 11, and you have to make sure you get the premium color copy cover, and it is 100 pound with 100 brightness, 8.5 by 11. This is what I use for my card bases whenever, you know, I just want to make fast card bases because it's that perfect thickness. This one I bent. I don't know. Anyway, it's that perfect thickness, and it's heavy and it's smooth. It's really nice to stamp on and stuff. And so that's what I'm using. And I think I grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sheets, which will make 20 cards, which is a lot. I know. Okay, then so you need that. You need card bases, and we're going to make half of them one way and half of them the other way. So if you want to start cutting, that's fine. These basically, half of them will get cut down the center vertically and half of them will be, you know, and make horizontal style. So that's what we're going to start doing in a minute. I just want to show you this. I thought it was Echo Park, but then I opened it this morning and I realized, oh, it's got a texture. That's Carta Bella. Carta Bella in the Echo Park line has this like bumpy linen type texture, and the cardstock's heavier a little bit. And so I liked this farmhouse living, and why did I grab it? Because I like to make barnyard and chicken stamps. I have a lot of puns and things that I like to use, and I just thought it would be fun. So I'm going to show you the paper. There's this print with the teapots and coffee pots. The back is a plaid. And then I'm going to pull out my pieces that I might trim to use on my card. The back of that is just an all over kitchen baking style print. Then there's the flowers, a red and white stripe, a general with little messages all over it with a colorful stripe, chickens, pigs, and cows, just farm animals. And the back is like an orange colored stripe or check. Chickens. And of course they put the chicken wire on the back of the chickens, and I'm like, I could have used a couple of sheets of that, since I'm making chicken themed cards. There's a green check with a floral. Look how cute this is. It's like recipes. Look at the baking bread basics and county fair food. And on the back is some of those square pieces that I'm thinking maybe I would cut apart. I like the recipe thing though. I'm making cards, so this all over print is not something I will use, but the back, yeah, look at that wood grain. And then there's this yellow print with some flowers, and this is a veggie. It's kind of orange veggie. This has a lot of paper in it. Oh, and look at the back, see? It has all the little farm things. These would be really good for scrapbooking. I gotta, I just have to say, some of those are kind of big for cards. Moo, bah, oink, cluck, little messages on there. And the back is a plaid. Okay, and then there is a sticker sheet, which I'm going to set aside with all of the cut aparts, because those will be things that we use after all our card bases are made. I'm just going to set those aside. And then I'm making my cards white, but I was thinking maybe I might need some cardstock. So I just grabbed a couple of colors that coordinated. I thought, this is not red. This is called tulip, which is actually a kind of a pinky red. It's kind of on screen it looks orange, but it's actually a pinky red. And if I put it up against something red, you can kind of see it doesn't exactly match with the red, but I want to use up this tulip color. So I grabbed it. All right. So I'm going to put all my papers and these cardstocks aside because we'll be cutting those in a minute. So I'm making a little space on my table. You'd think I would have been all together, but no. Now, for decoration, I just want to show you some of the stuff I have. I have a whole chicken themed stuff. It's crazy, but yeah, I think a lot of the Echo Park and the Simple Stories look alike. So I wouldn't be shocked at all if they had some of the same artists and stuff. All right. This is an old card that I made that I just keep with my chicken stuff for inspiration. Sometimes when I make cards that I really like, I just hang on to them and keep them with my stamps so that if I get them out again, I feel like I can, have something to use. Sorry. Turning on my heater. It's actually cold out here today again. I love this message. I just got it. People who take care of chickens are literally chicken tenders. I love that. I have the chickens and eggs with the egg messages, chicken and egg messages that go with it. I don't have the dies for those. I probably should invest because fussy cutting is not fun. And then I have, this is Club Scraps. I like pig butts, and I cannot lie. There's no one in the world like you. What's up, chicken butt? Oh my gosh, isn't that funny? And the little chicken. I have this one from Honeybee with a bunch of messages. Your extra special, that kind of thing. And this is another Club Scrap kit pack. And I don't know. I just thought it would be fun to use some chickens. Let's see. So I really quick came over here like 11:15, and I just started cutting and stamping like a maniac so that I would have some extra little parts and pieces to use on my cards if I need them. And I think I will, based on that sticker sheet. I don't think those are intended necessarily to be cards, so you need like a actual message. I also have this bag of chickens that I got from Club Scrap, and I just need to use them, and I thought I need to put one on every card and use them up. Okay, the other thing I have is adhesive. I have foam tape because when you make easel cards, you need a little foam tape. And so this is the end of that giant wagon wheel, and I'm trying to use it up because the adhesive on it is not as strong as my other foam tape. I'm not going to buy this brand anymore. I bought this whole big wagon wheel for like $10 and it was a deal. But yeah, I'm not going to do that brand again. And so I think that is everything I have. I have my trimmer and I have my scorer. Oh, thank you guys. The thing that's weird is when you're in the stores and you're looking around, you don't look at a chicken stamp and go, ooh, I need that. But I obviously have a few weird little cards that I like to make. I have chicken sets. You saw my some of my circus stuff yesterday. I have like a lot of sunglasses and sunshine and sun puns and you shine and all that kind of stuff. And I have a lot of food related pun kind of things. So it's fun. It's a fun thing. Now normally I would score all of my cards first, but know that the easel card is going to have an extra score. And so I'm going to get out my scoreboard. And I said I had 10 sheets, so I'm going to take half of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And these are going to be vertically cut. So I need the score in the center. So these 5 are going to be our easel cards, okay? So half of the 11-inch sheet is 5.5. So each one of them scores at 5.5. And then 5.5 to, we just need to do a halfway point. So half of 5 is 2.5. And then half of a half is 2 3/4. 5.5. So it'll be 2 5/8. Is that right? Double check me. 5.5. 2 3/4. Let me check before I mess around. Oh yeah, okay, I'm right. All right, 2 3/4 and 5.5. And that's what we're gonna do on 5 sheets. So there's 1. Sheesh. Don't make me do math before I've had coffee. I didn't make coffee before I started, and I was running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Ha! 2 3/4 and 5.5. So what's everybody else got going on today? Steve's car guy, 2 3/4, 5.5. I have to think about that every time or I'll do it wrong. The guy who fixes his Porsche is a national Porsche race car mechanic, and he travels to all the races. And he forgot that he had to be in, I don't know where he went, out of state somewhere today. Okay, now we want to make the pieces for the bookmark cards, and those are just going to be cut in the middle. So we need these scored vertically, okay? So these 5 we're going to score at 4 1/4 all the way down. No extra scores needed. 4 1/4. Just keep those in a separate pile for a sec. 4 1/4. One thing about using Carta Bella paper, I'm just sitting here thinking, is that it's so sturdy it won't make a good bookmark. So I may have to, I don't know, figure something out with that. 4 1/4. All right, we are done with the scoreboard. So if you want to put that away, you can, we'll use it again when we make the bookmarks, but that'll be one of the later things we do. All right, let's get out the chopper. Get out your trimmer. And basically, I hope you can see my trimmer. So the ones that are scored vertically, we're just going to chop in half at 5 1/2. And so what that does is it makes 2 card bases. And we're just going to chop all of those in half and put them in a pile. Okay? 5 1/2. Well, I would love to send a chicken card to each of you watching. If you're interested, I would love to send you a card. So I just think it's fun. It's like, it's kind of, I noticed last time I did the Stash Buster, there was a portion near the end where I was just sitting here talking to myself. It feels so weird to do that. So it's nice to watch later to see what everybody, you know, comes up with later, but it is weird in the moment to be alone. So I appreciate all of you watching. All right. These are the card bases for the bookmark card. We're going to set those aside and cut the others. Now, these are going to be cut vertically. These are the ones that we have the score in half horizontally and the extra score. And so these we need to cut at 4 1/4. And just do all of them and put them in a pile. So what I was saying is that the guy who fixes Steve's car had to go out of town and he forgot. And Steve's just sort of a fill-in person for him. So when he's in town, he calls him once in a while and says, hey, let's go get breakfast and I'll work on your car and spend the day together or whatever. And so they do that once in a while, but they couldn't do it today. So instead, he drove over to visit another Porsche friend. This club, he's on the board now. So suddenly, my husband, who's probably never had friends to hang out with like since high school, all of a sudden he has all these friends. It's kind of fun. All right. Everybody caught up with me? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take them and do a rough, you know, a quick fold. I don't need to score them yet, just like this. And I'm just going to do them all really quick. So anyway, so Steve messaged me a few minutes ago and told me he's on his way home from meeting his friend for breakfast. So he'll probably be home before we're done, which is good for me because Moose gets bored. Moose gets bored over here if he's over here too long without me entertaining him, taking him outside, whatever. Geesh, this is a lot of cards, you guys. I think most of my Stash Busters, we make like 16 cards, and this is 20, which is a lot. So, but these are rather simple in terms of the cuts that you make. And so it's kind of nice to have a big bunch of cards. Now I'm going to stack them together like this, right? And now watch. Take my bone folder and smash them all as one. And look, they're nice and crisp and perfect. Ta-da! Okay, there's one, those. Now I got to do the other ones. So with these, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm only going to fold it in half roughly. I'm not going to worry about that extra score yet because we'll be doing something with that. The next thing, while we're folding, the next thing we're going to do is cut some of our pattern paper so that we can start putting the patterns together. I'm just doing this rough fold on these and piling them up. If I feel like I'm going too fast to keep up, if you're watching a replay, it's really easy because you can just hit pause or, you know, catch up with each step. But if you're watching me live, there will be catch-up points because there are points where I'm not as fast. Okay, or you can just give me a shout out and I can color some of my images real quick while you're catching up. Ta-da! Look at that, nice and crisp. All right, so those are the easel cards, and these are the bookmark cards. I would like to cut some fronts of these cards. So these are standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we're gonna cut fronts 1/4 inch smaller. Now you can do that with cardstock and make it a color, or you can do it with pattern, but I'm just gonna use patterns because my goal is to use up patterns. So what we need are 20 sheets, yep, 20 sheets of 4 by 5 1/4, okay? And those 20 sheets will be the fronts of our cards. So it's important to use a pattern that, you know, will be good for the front of your card. Like, I don't want to use the teapots, but this would work fine. So I'll think about that. The flowers would be fine. The stripes are a lot more fun. I'm gonna set that stripe aside because that would be a good decorative piece. This is a great card front. So that one might work. I love the chickens and all of that, and I don't particularly love the orange, so that would be a good one for me. I really, you know, I love the chickens, but that is awesome, and so that would be a good one. And then I could use a plaid or a flower. I don't know. One of those could work. I'm definitely not going, I think the wood grain is perfect. I definitely want to use the wood grain. So just kind of go through your papers that you have and try to decide if any of them would be really good for card backgrounds. And pick your top ones, knowing that you are going to need 20, and you can get 6 out of each sheet. So you really need like 3 and 1/3 sheets. I definitely want to use my chicken wire. I definitely want to use the wood grain. And then, I might be able to use that stripe somewhere else. So I think I'll use the one where I don't like the back as much. I'll use this one. Okay. I could make a few of them just cardstock, right? Okay, I'm just gonna move my computer over a little bit. Yikes. All right, so what I'm gonna do is one sheet at a time. I'm gonna cut off my little strip. Sometimes I keep these little strips because you can cut that and use it as decoration. So I'm just gonna set that aside. And I want these to be 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm gonna cut this to 10 1/2. And I will have this strip as a decorative piece. So I can put that in a pile. And then I can cut this at 5 1/4. And I have 2 pieces that are 5 1/4. And then on my trimmer, I can stack these and cut them at 4. I don't want to make you behind if you're working on a regular trimmer, but basically I'm sliding this to 8 and sliding this to 4. And then I have 6 card bases. I can use the chicken side or this side. So I'm just gonna make a little pile and I'm gonna move to my next piece of paper. I'm going to cut off the little brand strip. This brand strip, I don't know if I would use, but I'm gonna put it in my pile anyway. And again, I'm gonna put this at 10 1/2 and cut. And then the piece that falls off is just scrap that I can use later. And then I'm gonna cut this at 5 1/4. Now again, I can stack these. Am I making you behind? Are you watching? I don't want everybody to be freaking out because it's taking you twice as long. I can cut them one at a time if I need to. So I'm cutting this at 8 and at 4. And then I have 6 more card fronts. I have, that wouldn't be a terrible card front. I could put a big chicken on the front of there. I'll have to look at the backs of them as I go, because that's not bad either. Okay, so now I have 12 card fronts. Now I'm gonna go with this piece. I'm gonna cut off the branding strip and put it in my scrap to use later. And I wanna cut this at 10 1/2. And then this is a strip I can use for decoration later. And then for this one, how many did I have? 6, 12. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this at 5 1/4. Somebody comment for me. Who's online? Make a comment, because I haven't seen any comments for a while. Okay, and then we're gonna do 8 and 4. So now I have 18, and I apparently need 2 more. Whatever, let's see. Oh, good. Thank you, Stephanie. I was just checking because, man, sometimes it gets quiet. And if you're not here, I'm like, am I talking to myself again? All right. And I think I'm going to use, for my last 2, I'm just going to grab my cardstock and I'm going to cut it at 4. And then 10 1/2. This is a scrap. And then 5 1/4. So now I have 20 card bases. Oh, now I'm envious. Chick-fil-A, yum. You know, somebody told me I needed to go to Chick-fil-A the other day, and I have been like thinking about it ever since. I should message Steve and tell him to bring it home to me. I've been trying to really stick with my diet because my, I sort of hit a plateau and I haven't lost weight for a while and it's freaking me out. All right. Let's put some of our card bases on. Let's skip the easel card ones right now. And let's put bases onto the bookmark cards. So I am just gonna randomly pull from these. I don't care, you know, which side or whatever. I mean, these can be, you know, whatever way you want. And I am definitely going to run out of adhesive during this at some point, but I'm going to use it all. And so I'm just going to kind of put this onto the card base with a even border all the way around. And I'm just going to keep pulling from each pile. And going one after another. So where are you at, Tanya? How far are you? We, when we drive home, there are some places we really like to stop on the way from. We always stop at Buc-ee's, right? Buc-ee's is like a thing. You have to go to Buc-ee's when you're heading down south. So 4. I think I'm gonna make one a chicken base. You know, it kills me to cover up this cool pattern, but here I am. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, Connie. Chattanooga. Stopped at Buc-ee, yeah. See, last time we were there, we stopped. They had a new one that we stopped at, and it was, it even had that new car smell. I mean, it was a new one. It had just opened, and it was surprisingly not as busy. Sometimes when you go in there, that place is so crowded. Are you guys getting bored of me? I just can't do that orange, you guys. Oosh. I just can't seem to do it. Two more. And I think I will do one of these with barn. All right. Well, me being on Weight Watchers all the time, you can never have a normal meal. It's basically, they basically tell you that a kid's meal is a normal sized meal, and anything else you eat, you're just pig. That's the Weight Watchers way. Okay, so I have several of mine done here. I have the 10 done. I'm just sorting them a little bit so it's easier to decorate them later. But, all right. A lot of different ones there. Okay, so that is the bookmark side. Now, the other things that we'll do to decorate the bookmark, there's a flap that we can cut, and I just want to show you, see how the front, here's the card, and then Amy makes another little flap for the front, which she hooks the bookmark onto. And so that's going to need another little piece. And so I'm just going to set that aside and we'll cut those pieces in a bit. So now let's talk about this one. For the easel cards, when you do an easel card, let me grab one out of here just so I can show you. So you have your, you have your piece that folds in half, and then here's that extra fold, right? And what we're going to do for it is we're going to have a lot of our decoration will come onto a panel. Like you'll have a panel that goes onto here. That's a great use for all those little pocket cards and things. And then down here at the bottom will be decoration. And so the background of this, it doesn't actually show a lot, okay? It's just a background. So you can use literally anything or nothing. You can see the top, when the card is open and displayed, this top part doesn't even really show. Because if you were setting this on a table, this is all you would see of the card. So think about that as you are doing the rest of our cuts. So what we're going to do is we want our cut to fit halfway here and halfway here, okay? So those are 2 3/4. So like, for example, I take one of my panels, and if I cut it in half, this is 5 1/4, so if I cut this at 2 1/2 and another little piece at 2 1/2, I could put one at the top and one at the bottom, and that center has a gap. Now, if you cut it just at 2 5/8, just cut it in half, split it in half, and that's all. Then you have it go, what you're going to do is you're going to have it go up to the score on this side and up to the score on this side. And you're not going to have very much of a gap in the center. And you're still going to have your nice even border all the way around. So we need to cut our pieces. Now on these cards, sometimes what I like to do is mix and match. So maybe I'd put, the wood grain up here and then the farm animals at the bottom. And then it will fold, and you can, you'll put a panel on, so the top won't show very much anyway. This will be the main part that shows. So you decide depending on what paper you have, you're going to have different looks. So now you just need to go through all the rest of your fronts and cut them in half. It's 2 5/8. So that's just a shot, that one little eyelash over the 2 1/2 mark. I'll show you on camera really quick where that's at. See, there's 2 1/2. There's 2 1/8 quarter, 3/8, half, 5/8, right there, right there. So if you're not sure where to cut, that's where I'm cutting. And then I'm just putting my panels like this. And there's nothing wrong with using the same, you know, top and bottom. Just try to keep them together so that the pattern will match up, right? Because it won't match if you put the wrong pieces together. See, you want those to go together. And I have one cardstock piece. Okay. Now I'm going to put my panels on. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your card and you're going to fold it on that center mark so that you have a nice line for where to line that up. And you want to butt up to it. Do not cross over that score mark, or else you'll have cardstock that'll give you trouble when you're trying to make the rest of your card. Same way at the top, I'm going to butt up to that score line. See how it leaves just a shadow of in there? Nice, right? Ta-da. Okay, so that's what we're going to do on every card now. I'm going to fold and just go up to that score. And then some of these are really cool on the back. I just want to look at them. This is where if you just have generic patterns, it's so easy because you can just put the patterns on, you know, it's not a big deal. But here I am messing around because I have actual patterns that will line up to make a scene. Okay. You know, I've never had Raising Cane's chicken. We've talked about it a lot. We just have never actually gone. We have one here in town and a lot of people really love it. Yeah, Tanya, that little bee, I almost decided to use that paper today instead of this because I have so much of it. I have so much of that. I bought, when it was, you know, it was on clearance, and I'm like, I love it so much. If I have it left over to use later, it's not the end of the world, right? So I went ahead and bought like 2 or 3 packs of it, and I was like, well, this would be perfect time to use it, just doing a stash buster, because you know, you don't use the whole pack all the time, but a lot of it. But well, Karen brought over Windy City's chicken strips Thursday, and they were okay. I thought they were okay. But my daughter just absolutely fell in love. As a matter of fact, I think she's going to make that a Thursday thing for her, is getting chicken strips from Windy City. So Karen got her addicted. I just thought that was funny though, because I'm like, I just thought, they're all right. My problem now with a lot of the food that I eat is I have been eating so healthy for so long that fried stuff does not taste as good to me. And I can't believe I'm saying that. And that being said, we have been totally missing KFC. Oh my gosh. All of the KFCs in our area are gone. And I don't even know where the closest one is. Is there one in Danville or Bloomington maybe? I'm not sure. I just know that we used to get it about once a month, and it was, it's just so bad for you. And it just tasted so good. So different from everywhere else. I think Windy City is like a local owned place. I don't think it's a chain. It's stuff. So how's everybody doing with this? This is tedious work, isn't it? This putting these on. But, you have to do this part to get to the fun decorative part. And it is nice to have a lot of cards done at the end here. I can't remember which one was on top of this one. Okay. So what I'd like to do is work on the easel card first, because it's just easier, I think. Yeah, Raising Cane is definitely a chain, but I don't know where all they are located. So what we need on the front is a panel, and we also need something for the bottom as a stopper. And this is where that foam tape comes. It's really nice to use a message as a stopper. Or sometimes you can use a panel and have it decorated with stickers as your stopper. So what I like to do is I like to use the panels that come with the paper pack, if you have the pocket cards that come with the paper pack. So I'm going to pull my papers back out. Remember the ones I said, we'll use those later. Like some of these make really great stoppers. Some of these, you can just put foam tape behind them and done, bam. But these, we need to cut apart for our easel. And so kind of look and see if you have pocket cards. All of these will work. Now, will they look good? I don't know, because I'm going to put stuff on them. Like this chocolate pudding thing, that doesn't go with my chicken theme, but this one does. So get out your pocket cards and sort through them and start cutting the cards apart. The other thing about some of these pocket cards is that some of them need a cardstock backer or something. They're just too plain or something. So sometimes, like if I was going to use any of these, I think all of these would be just fine. I'm not sure I'll use the ducks. And if I used all of these, I would still only have 12. So I know I want the Farm Fresh Eggs one, but then I have this bakery style one. I don't think so. The scale, and then the oranges or those peaches. I don't know, but I don't think those fit my style, so I can set that aside for another project. I can use the farm. Life is Better on the Farm. I can use that one. I don't think I want to use the Front Porch Rules or the chocolate pudding. I'm going to put that aside. I can always use the back of the paper, but the back of the paper doesn't exactly go with my chicken theme either. Okay, so I don't know about the ducks. I might use the ducks. Farm Sweet Farm. And then we have a rooster. And then we have this I'm Kind of a Pig deal, and that's actually kind of cute. I might use that. Let me see. Now the other style that I have with this paper pack, these are like the 4x4 cards, and they might be a little wide, so I might use them, but I might trim them down a little bit. What's on the back? Oh, the recipe. Oh, that's a bummer. I like that recipe page. Okay. Yeah, the recipe page is cute. All right, so I'm just gonna cut these apart. So this has a recipe on it. I don't think that is appropriate for my crazy chicken things, but that's cute. I'll put that aside with my other, but I do think I can use the farm. And because these are so wide, like if I put them on my card, see how wide they are? They're too much. They need to be trimmed. I'm going to trim like a ½ inch off of each side, just so that they'll, I don't know, they'll fit better. I just want them to be like a 3-inch card, 3x4-inch card. And some of them you can really trim easy like that, and some of them not so much. So that's what I'm doing now. Porch swing moments, I don't know about that. What's on the back? Recipe. See, the recipe might be fine for background if you couldn't tell it was a recipe. It's a little weird on a chicken card to so do that. All right, so I have 3x4, 3x4. Let's see what these are. See, if I cut this one off there, I really do cut off a lot of the picture. So I think I'd rather just trim it really tight on this side. There. Try to salvage. And this one, these two are weird because since they are 4x4, you almost have to trim off a quarter on each side to keep any of your color on the edge. I'm not going to be able to keep the color on the edge, so. Okay. I'm just trying to make it so it looks decent. I don't know. I don't know how many that gave me, so I could keep all these little pieces for decoration, but I'm not going to today. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I have 14 cards, but I need 20. So I'm gonna get out some of that white cardstock that I had sitting around. If I can, or I could, hold on. I still have this one. Is there enough on here to use? I think there may be. I just need like 6. So there's one. There's 2. I could cut this one and use the back. How you doing, Annette? See, like, use the back. 3. Right now I'm just cutting some fronts for my easel cards, trying to decide how. I need to find at least 2 more, and I think this one would work. So there's one, and I really like this country. This country kitchen one is, it's a little weird to have it say country kitchen when I'm making a rooster page, but I can cut off kitchen and then it will be just fine. And I won't use this, what's on the back, the veggies again. Put that in my scraps. I think I need one more. That one's too wide. This one I might be able to trim. I like the weather vane, but it's gonna make it too wide. Okay. All right. There's that. Do you guys have yours picked out? Now the other thing that you can do, some of these are just little pieces and parts. And so sometimes what I'll do is I'll take one of my cardstock pieces, like the red or the green that I pulled out, and I'll just cut these a shade bigger. So with these, for example, I would want to cut this to 3 1/4. Let me make sure I have that. 3 1/4. And then I would cut these to 4 1/4. And what that gives you is like a mat for these cards. So like if you have a card like this that's just a little off size and you know it's gonna need a little more something, a chicken or something. So fun. How fun. My dog is sleeping on the spare bed in there. It's funny, I haven't really had many people spend the night here, but every time they come, I have to wash. See, look, just chicken in on you. See, that'll be so cute. So, but see, like some of these, you just need, you're gonna need a little help to give them a little stability or a little extra, you know, something. And so making those little base cards really helps. So that's my plan. All right. So now we're going to take our easel cards and we're going to kind of spread them out. And if you have a whole bunch of the same, you can stack them like that. And the idea here is to take your little cards like this and figure out like where they match up really nice, where they'll look good. See, like this one I made orange. It doesn't go with very many things, so I could put it on there with corn. That's cute. When you have them where you kind of like what you've got, just make a pile, and then you'll be kind of ready, you know. I like that. This one is a little narrow. I think it needs a little something. This one, I feel like I need to trim it. It's like too much white showing at the top. I love this Farm Fresh Eggs one. The little ducklings, I don't know. Did I throw my... I thought I threw my green piece on there. See, that one needs an edge. It just needs something. So I'm gonna, off camera here, I'm just trimming another little batch of some green. It's nice to have the cardstock right nearby so that you can add to these as you go if you need to. Life is better on the farm. See, if I put that on there, it just blends. It's just a blendy thing. So you kind of need a little color, a little something to it. And the chicken, I like that. This one I might be able to use it somewhere else. I'm playing around a little bit, you guys, because I have so many options here. I like that. I really like this. Okay, and let's see what else I got here. Okay, I think I have I might be able to use that at the bottom and use that at the top. All right, I think I have mine kind of sorted. Okay, so now what we need to do is adhere everything, of course. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take any of these pieces that I did that are kind of like 2 parts like this, and I'm gonna put them together and get them ready to put on the front of my card. If you were gonna add any ribbon or twine, now would be the time to do that. And then when you put these on the front of your card, you want to make sure you center it, but you're only putting adhesive on the bottom half of this card. You are not putting adhesive anywhere else but here, okay? And that way, when you put it onto your card base, the bottom half will be adhered and the top half will pop. And you just need to do a little double check and make sure there's no glue squirting out. And we're going to do that to all of our cards, okay? So once you find a design that you kind of like, I'm sort of on the fence on this one. Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'm just going to do it. Just go for it. I'm only putting adhesive at the bottom of my card base, and I'm centering it on my card. And see how you could make a fine card just like this, but because it pops up, it's really neat. You know what I mean? It adds something to it. So we're going to do the same thing for all of these. It would not have to be a rectangle. It's just that a lot of those paper packs have rectangles. Like here, I used a stamped image, which was a castle, and see how I made it just adhere to the bottom. And then, I think I have a couple more in here. Let me see. This is one that was sent to me from someone else, and I think she accidentally put the image upside down. But she adhered it differently, and made it go like this. It's just a different look. But I kept that card because I was like, wow, that's really different. You know what I mean? That's a very unique look. Like she flipped it out instead of under. Let me see. And then if a lot of you received calendars from me for the year, and those are the same style of easel card. You just put the calendar down at the bottom, and those are really fun. Okay. Is everybody keeping up? I don't know if I have very many people actually working with me doing the same thing, but yes, it is 1:10 right now, Tanya. So I think you're back into Central Time. I always thought that was closer to Indy. You must be making good time. I don't know where that time change actually happens. I love this farm paper. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, right? I know that. But I do have some fun things to add of my own messages, because just adding like little puns and like that. This one, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do to this, but I think I'm just gonna put this off to the side, and then I'm gonna decorate it a little bit more with stickers and things. But this, I'm just gonna put it on there this way for now. And again, I'm just paying attention to the bottom. This is one that I could have used as a stopper. Like I could have trimmed this down and just, it could have been the stopper at the bottom, but it's just a little bit, I don't know. It's a little weird. Depends on who you're sending it to. You know, it's interesting, like around here, people getting farm cards is like whatever, but I suppose when I send them to JJ, I don't know how many farmers there are in Washington State area. I suppose there's apples, but farms with barns and critters and animals like this, I'm not sure. JJ, are you on here? Can you tell me? It's just a little different. I'm gonna put this off to the side also, and I'm gonna decorate that differently. How are we? So 110, and I have to be, it's a 3-hour window. Facebook bumps you off after 3 hours. So we're not quite halfway through, which is good because we are we're over halfway through on our card making, which is great. All right. Okay, now for our easel cards. You have to decide what you're going to put on the fronts and on the bottoms down here to be your stopper. Now, some of these are perfect for stoppers. Like I could cut that off, and that could be my stopper at the bottom, you know? And so that's why I sort of set that one aside. I thought, maybe. And I could even have two if one of them said Farm Fresh. So I'm looking through first what I have left of here. This I think I'm going to save for something else. And I like this as a stopper, so I'm going to cut that one off at the bottom. And you can see what I'm doing here. I'm making stoppers. This is really cute, and it would have been really cute on the front, but I'm doing chicken cards today, so I'm going to set this one aside because I can use that for another one. This Farmhouse Sweet Farmhouse could be a nice stopper. And this one, Life is Better on the Farm, I could use that. So now I'm to the point, I don't have very many that I want as stoppers. And I look in my, you know, if you look into your stash of scraps, a lot of times you will find that something like this, and you just cut it apart, makes great bases for stoppers. I have a lot of that orange for some reason. Teacups. Blech. Okay. But something like that could, you know, be my base. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut, I'm going to look at my messages that I trimmed myself. And let me see what I've got. I have a whole bunch of Just Chicken In, which I think should go on the front. Keep Calm and Cluck On would be more of a front message for me. I have a bunch of Live Like Someone Left the Gate Open. Okay, that's awesome. I love that. And I wonder if chickens do the people dance at their weddings. I thought that was cute. I also have some eggs, like this Farm Fresh eggs, but I thought that would decorate the front of a card more. So I'm just sort of looking at my messages. Is there a message that I would like to have on the inside? And I think this Live Like Someone Left the Gate Open is perfect for a message. That Facebook rule has been around forever. That 3-hour window, it is just their thing. So I'm gonna cut this into 4-inch strips. So I'll get 3 of them real quick. Off camera, I'm cutting just some of my scraps into 4-inch strips, because what I can do is I can put one down and then put this popped up on it. So that'll give me some options there. I could go ahead and do the same thing with this orange color. So I'm just gonna cut it into 3, like 4-inch pieces. And then I can also, I have this green scrap from my cardstock. I could do the same thing with the green and cut it into like 4-inch pieces. The other thing you could do is just simply mat your message. So you could cut rectangles and mat them. On mine here, I double matted it. It made it thick enough to catch without using foam tape, which is kind of nice, because I'm gonna have to use foam tape, I think, for mine. So, okay, now the other thing I haven't looked at is the sticker sheet. And the sticker sheet often has some really great ideas for stoppers. So, Made with Love. Here's just a little image of a farm. This, you know, any little sticker you can put a little foam tape on, and that can be your pop-up stopper. A lot of these are kind of cooking related, which doesn't serve my need. But there's a pig. That would be really cute for that if I use that pig. And then if you also need more decoration, you could use your stickers across. So I'm going to put that aside and I'm going to start working on these one at a time. Oh, now see, that would work too. Let me cut this down into 4-inch pieces. Okay, so I have strips and cards, and let me get out foam tape. This foam tape isn't very thick, and so you could double it if you're worried that it's not going to be a big, tall enough stopper. But I think I'm just going to put foam tape on all of these and take my chances. This for some reason, this foam tape doesn't have as much stick as it used to. I don't know why, but so I'm making my messages. There was a big discussion on one of the Facebook pages not very long ago about adhesive. Somebody had asked if you know, people who had been scrapbooking for 20 or 30 years, how was their adhesive holding up? Because there was a lady who got into her scrapbook and some of her items had been coming off the page. And I've had that experience as well with the cheaper brands of, not even cheaper brands, like some of the old tape runners, the original ones that we used to use, gosh, back in the 90s and stuff. I had a couple of pages where it was like I used super heavy cardstock with a thin, you know, mono adhesive kind of runner, and it's just not, it wasn't strong enough to hold them. But most of my adhesive has held great. I have not had any problems. And you know, I started scrapbooking when I was about 18. So I've been scrapbooking most of my life. I don't know how many of these I need. I just keep adding foam tape. Maybe I should hold off a minute and see where I'm at when I'm. So I love this Farm Sweet Farm, and I think I'll put the green on. And I also have a few little chickens that I think would be really cute on here. And I think I am gonna add that on. So apparently I'm decorating my card at the same time a little bit, but I just think that is super cute. And then I'll probably add some gems. And sometimes when you look at your sticker sheet, you can find things, you know, just little things to add to your card to make it just more, you know, just more. Okay. I really like this. This is one where that orange color would look fine, so I may use that. What's nice about having a card like that that has like nothing on it is that I can grab from my giant chickens and add something like this, you know. It doesn't have to be a small image, in other words. Let's see. I think I have some big roosters in here. That's kind of nice. I think I'm gonna real quick cut him out. Her out. I think this is a rooster, not a chicken, but whatever. I want to know what other papers you guys are thinking of using to do these, because I just think, you know, a lot of these paper packs, you don't have to use only one paper pack. Like, you could totally like get a whole bunch of mix of papers together. I like the chicks. Gosh, it's hard to decide what to use because I like them all so much. I love this keep calm and click on. Is there anything else on my sticker sheet? This sticker sheet is not good for the kind of cards that I'm doing. It'd be fine if they were just cooking or just farming or, you know what I mean? I think that's cute. Oh yeah, yeah, that's true. Someone else earlier, Annette said, you know, use the B pack. We were talking about the B pack, especially for like the bookmarks. The bookmark cards are a little trickier because you have to have circle punches and some circle kinds of things. I don't know. I like this Life is Better on the Farm. I'm going to use that. I also like the Just Chicken In on You. I think that's really cute. I'm very tempted to cover up that ugly chicken and put a different one on there, because I don't like that one. But this is a rooster and that's an egg, so that's weird. That would be weird. Okay. But I like it. I like this. Lots of little flowers. All right. I'll think of something there. Okay. This one, this is really sweet. And I like that. So yeah, the paper pack I'm using, I'm pretty sure is available right now on the, it's Carta Bella, but on the Echo Park, I'm pretty sure it is a current one. And I really, you know, it's really sweet. I really like it, but I do think if I had thought it through a little more, I would probably have cut more images. I think Steve's home. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna get that. Yep, Steve's back, so he can take care of Moose now. All right, I like this Memories on the Farm, and I like this guy because he looks like a weather vane. And I think I'll use one of these. And then I need a message. Farm fresh. And then I could put some little eggs on there or something. I'll think of something. So I am hunting for a new show to binge. We keep finding shows we like, we watch them all, and then we're back to what now, you know? And we are currently watching All Creatures Great and Small because, you know, there's been a new season out for a little while and we just hadn't gotten around to watching it yet. And I love the show, but I can't binge it like I do other shows. It doesn't hold my attention quite as much. Like I can watch a couple and then I gotta watch something else, you know? So I need ideas, you guys. I don't like that. We watched Your Honor, I think it's called, the one about the judge whose son accidentally kills like a mobster's kid, and he tries to cover it up. And it's very dark, as you can imagine. It's a little much, but still. See, I think this one needs some eggs. So I'll add some eggs or a little chick. Isn't he cute? I don't know. I'll think about this. I just want to keep moving. Keep moving. The Waltons, you know, the Waltons are like wholesome. And it is a really good show, but I don't think my husband would watch very much of that. And we like to watch TV together. I don't like to watch separate TV from him. Every time I do, he'll walk in and get hooked on it or something, and I'll have to rewatch the first few seasons I've already watched or the first few shows just so he can catch up or whatever. And it's just easier if we're just watching together. And when I grew up, my parents did not watch the same TV. My mom was always in one room, my dad was always in another, and I just don't love that. I don't enjoy that very much for myself. So I like being in the same room, and I need to not be watching all the politics and stuff because my husband and my daughter are really, they like to just turn it on to CNN or Fox or MSNBC or whatever and just sit and watch the news nonstop. And I'm like, blech, I can't do that very long either. So I can only tolerate a little bit of that before I'm like, all right, let's watch something else. Gotta get that straight. I think I need, oh, sorry, reaching for my messages. This just chicken in on you. And I think I can put the red, the bottom. Gosh, the red, as long as this is taking me, I may have to do the bookmark cards another day and just do these. Because I am slow today. It's like my body doesn't want to move. I'm moving through molasses here. All right, and then I love this Hey Chick. It's so cute. Hey Chick, just checking in on you. I love that. That's really cute. Yeah. I like to read in the evenings, and so Steve actually watches a lot of, he actually does watch a lot of shows without me, and I'm okay with that. I just don't want to watch shows without him. Gosh, that is super cute. This would be a lot faster if, first of all, if I had looked at the paper before I started and had a clue what I was going to do. But second, just having a few extra word images and things like that, it really does help. All right. I'm going to do the chicken dance thing on this one. This one is, I wonder if chickens do the people dance at their weddings. Isn't that cute? It's funny. These are nice cards for just the generic-y, like if you're just sending a little note or little message. I just think it's cute. Cute, cute, cute. I thought I would do like collages on these, but I'm looking at them and they're not exactly, I don't know. They're not as collagey as I thought they would be. All right. See, like this one's very generic. Gosh, that could be like new house or, oh, what do I want to put though? I feel like it needs a chicken in it. I think I'll use this one. Get off of there. So when you guys make these at home or whatever, please share what you make. Please share pictures because I would love to see it. Yeah, the Hallmark. I love the cooking and baking shows. Steve gets bored of those. Now, he'll get into Top Chef, but the ones that he, like, I kind of like the, what's that, British baking show or whatever. And I just think it's awesome. And he kind of, yeah, heck, I'll turn around and he'll be asleep on the couch watching that. He just gets bored of it. I thought I had another cracked egg. That's what I'm looking for. You said next level cooking and master chef. Oh yeah. There was, I can't remember what the name of it was, but there was one that was like, it was like amateur chefs or bakers and stuff. And had that Grant Elliott guy. And they were in like a barn and they had competitions. I can't remember what that was called, but we really liked that one. And that one took us a little while to go through. Your extra special, fresh from the farm. There we go. We could all use some eggs. Geesh. Here's more eggs. I was going to put the little rooster guy on there, but honestly, I'm not sure I can. Oh, there's my little half. I have a lot of eggs cut out. They're just not colored. That's part of my thing here, so. And eggs, you don't think of eggs having much of a color, but I like to at least outline them. I didn't prep very well for today. But that's part of using your stash, though, is like going, oh, you know, I think I have that. Let me go get that out and let's try it. You know, that's part of the fun of getting into your craft stash. And using it is such a shame when you have all kinds of stuff and you just keep buying more but never use what you've got. All right, I think put this. Like it's grass. Put some eggs down. Cute. You know, somebody else mentioned Heartland to me, and I've never watched that. So. Hey, Noelle. You probably have your sound turned down. I haven't seen Noelle for ages. Noelle's been MIA. Or like working nonstop or something. There. Oh, that's so cute. What, do I need a message on it? I like the Your Extra Special. These little egg messages are so fun. This needs bling, but isn't that cute? Look at that. Oh my gosh, I only have a couple left. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. I think I might use this one. And keep calm and click on. Or I kind of like that one. I think I'll do that one instead. I'm looking to see it. Looking at my sticker sheet because there's another little rooster that looks just like that rooster, and I'm like, do I use it? Or should I use my wooden ones up? Because I really do need to use those. Yeah, I think I will. I think I need to use these. So lately, I've been reading. I've been reading like a maniac because I found some books that I was really into, and I've been reading the whole series. Let's see. New season. That 1923 is amazing. It is an awesome, awesome show. I love it. But I'm not it's another one that's a little dark. I mean, this is a weird thing, but it's not that I have nightmares. It's not nightmares. It's more like I have sad dreams or bad dreams sometimes when I watch too many shows that are really dark like that, where bad things happen, it's just endless bad things, isn't it? I mean, really. I like that. All right. So I try not to watch too many shows that are dark like that. And I know it's ridiculous, but my dreams get really vivid and strange, and I start thinking about, I have dreams about people, and I don't know. Ugh, it's just bad. I kind of like, I kind of like these life is better on the farm kind of things, or farm sweet farm kind of things, but I'm not sure what kind of card that is, you know, when you start using these little things. But here I am. Yeah, you know, Yellowstone was really, I really liked Yellowstone a lot, and I enjoyed it even though it was dark, but I did have really weird dreams. If we binged it and watched like 2 or 3 episodes a night, every night without a break, it was like, okay, too much. I think I can do this extra special and then put a few eggs on it, and I still think it will be fine. So I'll move this over. And I'm looking for my single egg. At least you guys aren't sitting here watching me color everything like that circus guy last night. That took me forever. Let's see. Even though yellow is a better color for a little chick, I like the brown on this better. There. Little chick. All right. I basically have all of my easel cards done. That one I made it stick out a little bit. Oh well. And I think all of them need a little bling, and I wouldn't mind putting a little of that twine on there, you know, like the tweed looking twine tied at the top like a bow. It'll just add a little texture to these cards. It just needs a little something for some of them. And then those are done. Ta-da. Yay, yay, yay. So when I finish with a little decorating, I'll do a reel or something of those. Okay, so here's my issue with the bookmark cards. It's not that I don't want to finish them, and gosh, it's been 2 hours, so we can at least make a few, and we have them well started, which is great. The issue is my paper's too thick to make my actual bookmark. It really does take a lighter type of paper, and what I have in this paper pack is that real heavy cardstock, and so maybe I should try to make one and just see. So to make, I'm gonna clean off my table just a little bit here, and putting my paper scraps around there. There's my scissors. Let me clean off my desk of trash. Okay, so to make the actual bookmark, you need a 5x5 piece of cardstock. So I'm gonna try it with this cardstock. So let me just cut it 5x5. All right, now to do these, you could score. Maybe I should score since I'm using such a heavy duty cardstock here. Moving things. Okay, so you want to cut it in half and turn it and do it in half again. So you're basically only doing 2.5 one way, turn it 2.5 the other way, and then you're just gonna fold and fold. This might work. We'll see. I was just like, I may have to look through my stash and get a lighter paper. Now, what you want to do is you want to cut out one of the cubes and cut it just on the other side of your fold so that you don't get that weird folded edge. And it does not have to be perfect, okay? But that piece is, you want to get rid of that one. All right, so here's your paper. This piece, this corner right here, is going to be the bookmark part that you see. So whichever side you want to show, like if I did the bookmark this way, you could see it would be upside down. So I'm going to use this way. I'm going to fold this corner to this corner like a diamond. Diamond? Like a triangle. I don't know. Whatever. You're just going to fold that corner to that corner. And it doesn't have to go perfectly, but so I'm not scoring it or anything. I just need it like that. Okay? So I just folded that down. And then this goes over and this goes over. And there's your bookmark. I guess I can make bookmarks out of this paper. I didn't think I would be able to. So I don't have to glue that, but I am going to glue this last flap in place. It's just like a little origami thing almost, right? So there we go. So there is my bookmark. And like, see how I have just a little edge showing? I usually just take my big scissors or something and just trim it a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't think anybody is gonna really notice if it's, you know, not perfect. But I'm gonna go ahead and use the rest of this paper and cut it all 5 by 5. So here's one more. And all right. And then I have all these scraps. I'm going to put those aside. And let me look at my other paper and see what else I think would make a good bookmark. I'm tempted because your bookmark is going to show, you know, it's going to show on your card or whatever. You kind of want it in a color that coordinates. And if you get too off kilter, like if I went with this gold, it may not look good on every one that I have. And this is not my favorite color either. But the flowers are nice. And the flowers could make a really nice bookmark. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those down to 5 by 5. 5 by 5 squares. And I'm cutting off the camera because it's easier than dragging my trimmer over. So I have 4 of these and 4 of these, right? So that's 8. That's pretty good. Let's do 8. Let's start with that. We probably won't get it all done anyway, but hey, whatever. Okay, so let's go ahead and you just do 2.5 and 2.5. Let's get all this scoring out of the way. 2.5, 2.5. This paper is so heavy. I'm pushing so hard to score it. I guess this would be a really great bookmark though. I mean, if you were really going to use it, at least, you know, it would hold up. Let's see, what's the one with the mayor in Missouri? I don't know that one. I was looking at your other recommendations. It is, I think, I have become like really, really picky on what I watch now because I'm to the point where I don't want to watch commercials. I'm back to, I love Survivor and it's back on, which is amazing. Amazing Race is getting ready to start, and that's just incredible. We used to have our neighbors used to come over and watch Amazing Race with us. It was like a big get together. We'd order pizza or have dinner or something, and we'd all watch Amazing Race together. That was fun. Because, I don't know, we all were rooting for different people. And I guess there's another new kind of reality show. I don't know how new it is, but it has like Boston Rob on it. And I was never one of his big fans, really, but the people who told me about it are big Boston Rob fans. And it's like an elimination thing, too. I don't know what they do, but... So the thing about this bookmark is all the ones that I've ever seen, okay, have a circle on them. So all of them that I've seen have a circle on the bookmark that you decorate with an image or a something. And then there's a bigger circle that you put on the front of the card so that when the bookmark slides over it, it looks matted. So I'm trying to decide if I want to do that, because it seems like you could put stickers or something on there instead. I don't know, but we'll see. I didn't get out my punches or anything yet. So you're taking your bookmark, deciding which side you like, and whichever side you fold back is like, this will be you know, like what the bookmark will look like. This one. And then you just fold each side in. And sometimes if I fold one way or the other, I have to trim more. And sometimes I don't. I don't know. It's all about how I cut that square, I'm sure, or how I folded it. And like I said, I don't even know how important it is for that to match all that much. So just keep doing it. Fold the corner in. Just try to make it like this one doesn't want to go all the way to the corner. The paper just doesn't want to go that way. And so I didn't go all the way to the fold. You can see where that fold is. And then by gluing that, it really does give it a little more heft. It's really pretty. Yeah, I have a feeling Noelle has her sound off if she's at work. I am surprised she's working today, though. Everybody working for government. Are they afraid for their jobs? What's happening? remember when like a government job was like such a sure bet, and lifetime, you know, of health insurance and pensions and benefits. And as a nurse, that was just never something I looked at. But now that I'm retired, I think about it. It's like, man, that would be really something. I think police and firemen and some of these people who give up, take such big risks with their lives, I think they definitely deserve all the benefits they get. But then you see the office people, and it's like, are you really better than anybody else? Like a nurse or a... That's not political talk. That's just Connie rambling about life. Especially since Health Alliance is shutting down. I'm like, oh no. We're all like gonna lose our health insurance. We gotta figure it out. All right, is that? I'm on my last one. I'm very excited. Yeah, pensions is just crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah, that's right, Heather. Yeah, Noelle, wasn't that scary announcement? Oh my gosh. And I can't even tell you how many people, when I was trying to decide if I wanted to retire, if I just wanted to move out from under the boss that I was under. I couldn't decide. And I came and tell you how many people were like, you need to work at Health Alliance. You would be so amazing. They even called me and wanted me to interview. And I was like, that was very nice of them, but no. All right, so here's what we need to do. We need to make this little front panel. Now, if you don't want it to be this big, you don't have to. I don't have any more 3x4 style cards left to plant on there as, you know, an image or, you know, like just to put on the top. So whatever I do is going to be decorating with stamps and dies or whatever. And so I'm going to go ahead and do it just so I can show you how it's done. But like some of them, like this one, I may not, all the others I think would be fine. All right, so what we need is white, heavy, or it could be lighter, but it needs to be a white or a colored cardstock to match your paper. And we're going to make this fold out piece. And the measurement for that is 6.5 by 4 1/4. 6.5 by 4 1/4. So that's the next thing we need to do, is get some white cardstock or red cardstock or whatever you have. And we're gonna cut our paper down to 6.5 by 4 1/4. So like here's 2, and then I have some scrap. There's 3, and I have some scrap. I'm trying to use up some of my white scraps too, so. There's 4. Six and a half by 4 1/4. So what I was doing is I was cutting it at 8 1/2 and then chopping it, just sliding it so it would cut over. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What did I say? I was going to do 8. Let me grab one more. All right, there, done. So I have 8 of those at that size, and then these get folded in half, and it's probably better. I didn't use all heavy cardstock, but it's not all going with the grain, so it may not fold really sweet. So I'm gonna go ahead and do these at 3 1/4, score at 3 1/4, 3 1/4. Since I've been using up scraps, some of my paper's kind of thin, and it's like 80 pound, and then I had one sheet that was like 100 pound, and the 80 pound, I usually feel pretty comfortable just folding without scoring, but that 100 pound, no way. Let's see. The auto industry, yes, yes. Steve's family had a bunch of people who worked for the auto industry, and then some of their sons worked for Goodyear, and they had such amazing benefits when they were in their heyday, but boy, that did change. I'm just gonna do a fast fold on these. So, yes, you certainly could. Yes. You could, yes, Heather, you could save on cardstock. What's nice about this is it makes it kind of a fancier fold. You know, it's not necessary, but it is kind of a fun, I don't know. I think it's kind of fun to... See, that's 100 pound. It's really thick. All right, so I'm going to stack them up. And look at that. Perfect. So I need something on the front of these. Now, on this card, I just used a piece of the paper, and I made it, I think it's 3 by 4. 3 by 4. I just cut 3 by 4 pieces. I only need 8, and this is going to be on top of it. So whatever, you know, whatever I decide to use on here, it needs to coordinate with this green and white. So let me see what I have left here. I could do flowers. That's not a bad idea. I could use this, you know, farm thing, but it's a little busy. And the other thing I have left is a blue check with the kitchen thing, or the really tiny flowers. I feel like the tiny flowers are a little busy also. So I'm going to cut, I need 8 pieces of 3 by 4. 10 if I want to do all 10. I'm being very lazy just doing 8 of them. I'm looking at the clock going, yeah, I better get moving. Okay. So 4 inches by 3. 3. So there's 4. So are you guys liking these stash busters where we make a whole bunch of cards like this? Boy, I don't know about this one. Yay. Maybe I'll turn a couple of them over. I gotta pay attention. Pay attention. Some of those flowers are like, too much, too much. Okay, so now we just need to put these on the front. And so there's one. It is really nice that Steve has like buddies to hang out with now. I am, don't tell him I said this, but I've been cracking up because every time he talks about one of the guys he's gonna go meet or whatever, he'll say it like this: my friend Jim, you know, my friend Jim, my friend. He says my friend first. It's so cute. Don't tell him I made fun of him for doing that. Because I don't usually do that. Like, I don't go, my friend Heather, my friend Annette, my friend Noelle, whatever. I don't do that. I just assume he knows who you are. And I know who his friends are because I've met them. But anyway, it's cute. Oh, good. Thank you, Heather. I feel like sometimes when I do these, you know, a lot of people watch, but I wonder how many people actually get around to, you know, making the card or even just making a template. I mean, if you just got out your, you know, junky cardstock, whatever color you don't like, and you cut a template and kept it, you know, you'd be good. I mean, just think about, like, even if you got that much of it done, it's easy to do in the future. I'm not planning on saving, I mean, this will be on there for 30 days or whatever, but I'm not planning on moving this to YouTube. It's got too much of me blah, blah, blahing on it. Nobody wants to watch that a second time. Like, if it was just a edited version of actually making the cards, maybe. Okay. Now I need to decide on my cards which of these I want. This one is so pretty on its own. I don't want to cover it up. You know, it ruins that effect. So I'm going to save that card for another time. But I think this one would be okay. And this one's too busy. Oh, but the red looks good with it. Okay. But you see what I mean, right? It's like some of them just look better than others with different colors or whatever. See, that's too blendy. I think I'll put that with that. I think this one I can make, another card with. There. All right, so, all right, now, basically, we need something in the background, something across the front. The thing across the front, these little strips are great for all these little scrap things that we cut off the paper. It's really nice to use these up. And so, sometimes I'll just pull these out and try to use them up. Because basically you just want something that coordinates with your card, that will go across the front, that will look nice. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that on. And I'm just going to put that kind of close to the bottom. Okay, and I'm going to do something on each one. I don't know what yet, but I'm going to do something across the bottom of each one. And sometimes ribbon is really nice for these. And on this one, I'm just not sure I have something I like well enough to put there. Let me see. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Okay, yeah, put that there. Yeah, I like that. This one I just don't think I'm going to use, so I'm going to get rid of that. It's got that, oh, you know what else I have? I have that, the rest of that sticker. I have little flowers and I have this blue. Use up the stickers. That's nice. See, this is my problem, is that everything I have has to be right in sight, or I forget I have it. And then I'm like, okay, now what do I do? You know? Where's my glue? Oh, there. So I'm just really, I'm not thinking too hard on it. I'm just like, if it looks good, I'm putting it on there. If it looks bad, I'll just skip it. I think that one would be cute with a little rabbit or something on there. Especially with the orange. Okay. Now I got to think circles. Circles, circles, circles. Decisions. So I usually use a solid cardstock for the circle part. And I have the bigger, let me just get some measurements for you here. The bigger circle that goes on the outside, this is a 2.5 inch circle. Ooh, I gotta look and see if I got a 2.5 inch paper punch, because that'll be faster. Hold on a sec. 2.5, yes, yay. Okay, so I have a 2.5 inch paper punch, and now I just need to decide like what color of cardstock I want, or if I want, you know, like this blue, or let me just grab my pieces. I have some green and I have that red. So I just need to look at each thing, decide what I want. I was looking to see if I had enough of that orange left to do an orange, but I don't. That's too bad. Okay, see, like red is too, it might be too much on there. Okay. Let's just punch a bunch of circles. 1, 2. That's all I'm going to get out of that one. All right, let's see. I think this one, do I want red on there? Not really. That's funny, Heather. I think I'm going to punch some of these blue. What's on the other side? Oh yeah, this is that kitchen paper that I don't love. It's like baking. See, the back has like kitchen stuff. So there's that. 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 Ooh, I cut that one off. That. All right, I did pretty good there. I had that extra. All right, so that is a 2.5-inch circle. And I'm gonna wait to put it on until I have this circle. So this one is 2-inch. It's a 2-inch circle. You could do 2 1/4 and make it a little bigger. I'm gonna go grab my other paper punch. And this one I'm gonna do in white because I want to decorate it. And I have all those pieces that are extra here. And just remember, it's gonna hang off of the bookmark a little bit, so you don't wanna use your flimsiest paper for this circle, okay? There's 1, 2, 3, I have this big bin of white scraps right next to me, and it's perfect for stuff like this, where you know, you just need white cardstock in a hurry. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna attach your circle to your book, put your bookmark in place, and you're gonna attach your white circle first, and kind of line them both up in a way, I guess. Really, you could do either one, but the idea is to have the circles mat on each other. You know what I mean? So it really helps to have liquid glue for this. And that way you can scooch a little bit. But typically this circle on this one is really close. It's close, very close to the edges. It's like less than 1/4 of an inch. That way your circle up here, you can adhere as much of it as possible which isn't very much, to your bookmark. And then I usually slide my bookmark off and make sure that I'm not gluing it shut, because it's really easy to get some glue in there and then adhere it to the back. And the idea, of course, is to get your circles, you know, as lined up as possible, like that. Okay? So do that for each one. Make it kind of even from each edge, and I don't have that pushed down really. That way if I need to scooch it a little, I can. Okay, and now push, push, push. Make sure it slides okay. I don't have glue gluing it together. Sometimes I put my finger where my cutoff line is, you know, where I want my glue, so I don't put it past the cutoff. You're probably like, you need to punch a new circle, but I'm going to leave this circle and I'm going to put it this way because I'm going to put something on this front of this card, and I'll make sure it'll cover up that screwed up part that I did. Okay, and then see how I put my finger on the back so I know I don't want to go past that point. Okay, let's see. That's funny, Heather. Let's see. How do you store your DSP stash paper? Well, first of all, I don't have very much. So everything I have in I'm using up my Stampin' Up! Paper completely and throwing the rest away or selling it. I am not going to continue to keep. Now, I say that and then I fall in love with that stupid wood grain and I keep wanting to buy more of it. I'm on my 3rd pack of that wood grain paper and I'm over halfway through it. I only have like 4 or 5 sheets left, and now I'm wanting to hoard it for some reason. I don't know. I love that wood grain. I think it's my favorite paper out of the catalog. So close to my heart, I still have quite a bit of, but not a lot, not like you would think. I mean, you see people selling their stashes online and it is insane how much paper they have. I've always been somebody who wants to, I buy it so I can use it. I really like using it up because I'm always in love with something new. I mean, I'm always going to find another paper pack that I love. So, I have, I would say, 2 cubes of those calyx cubes, like IKEA cubes, 2 of them full of just old Close to My Heart and some glitter cardstock from Close to My Heart. And then I have 2 cubes of Halloween that I am seriously going to purge in the fall. The truth is, with Halloween and Christmas, if I just need to use it when I get it because I fall in love with new paper every year. And I need to get rid of it. My hall closet is full of Christmas, Disney, and pet themed. And that's, so I have what I consider to be an awful lot, but the truth is, if I did stash busters like this once a month, I would be out of paper in no time. You would be seeing Halloween and Christmas paper constantly. Okay, all we have left is gluing this to the front and decorating. So you decide how you want to, you know, how you want these cards to look or whatever. I would take off the bookmark before you adhere. That way you don't accidentally glue your bookmark to your page. And just put that on. I just think these are really sweet. And what's nice about this too is that you can write a message, you can put something funny in here. You know, there's a lot of options with these. There's a lot of decorating with the bookmark cards, but look how sweet those are. And I'm gonna decorate mine with chickens because by golly, I'm using these dang chickens. I have all those wood chickens. I don't need a wood chicken on all of them, but it's very tempting. And then see, like if I have something like this, if I can move this around up or down where you can see that it's a chicken or whatever, it's worth moving. But I didn't cut that paper very well, so that's too bad. And like this one, it would be really awesome to have like a ribbon or a something on it. I don't know. It's a little plain. Let's see. I'm looking at messages. Yeah, no new messages. So, okay, we are getting close. We're within 20 minutes of that 3-hour mark. Yikes, can you believe it? But I honestly do feel like I have, we made 20 card bases, and I basically have 10 easel cards that are 99% done. I'm going to put gems on them or twine. I have a lot of that, like this kind of twine kind of stuff. And I just think it'll look really good on those rustic kind of cards. And then we have, 8 bookmark cards that just need a little decorating, which honestly, 20 minutes, I can get most of those hammered out, I think. The other 2 that are just more solid or whatever, I'm just gonna slap some chickens on there. I don't think I'm gonna go too crazy with those. But 20, basically 20 cards in 3 hours, and they're all, they're not all the same. They're all a little bit different, same theme, but kind of all fun folds. I think that's pretty good. And the only thing I have left on that paper pack, I'm not kidding. I showed you when I was looking at my circles. I have the rest of that blue plaid with the kitchen theme on the back. And I have this all over print that is this stripe on the back. And then I have this flower. So I could even go ahead and, layer that on and use some of that up. I won't keep these. I will use them up, move on, call this kit done. The sticker sheet that's with this, I don't know. I need to go through it. A lot of it is cooking-ish themed instead of farm themed. Look how sweet that is. Look at that. That is not even, you don't necessarily think farm or chicken necessarily with that. All of these could be almost any theme. There's very few of them that are themed. So let's just see. See, I could put this just chicken in on you in here. Of course, that'll be on their bookmark. So you want to put something cool on their bookmark. The keep calm and cluck on is fun. Maybe I'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to cut 8 of those. I'm going to get out my bigger scissors. So I really don't know how many people would use that as a bookmark, but I'm tempted to put one of those wooden roosters on there. I'm just afraid that if you really did want to use that as a bookmark, that's pretty fat. It's like a actual wood. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ah, look at that. 7, 8. Okay. So, see, I have this keep calm and cluck on, and I could put one of the roosters on it. Gosh, even just that is really cute. And then see, but the bookmark would have that fat chipboard on there. And then I could put that. See, I think these little chickens are really cute. I don't have very many of these made though. Let me start with the farm themed ones like this one. I'll do the farm themed ones. I could put the little pig on that. The main thing is whatever you put on here, just know that it's going to get a lot of, you know, if they do use it as a bookmark, it's going to get slid in and out of pages and stuff. And so you want to make sure that you have it sturdy enough that it can, you know, withstand a little work, right? I love that keep calm and click on. And then I have a bunch of little chickens that I could use. I could use these on the inside. I wouldn't have to have anything else on there. And then on this side, I could put a message. There, ta-da. And I have all of these others also. Let's see, scraps. I like these little hey chicks and stuff like that. Hey chick. That's really cute. All right. Okay, that might be my favorite card. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, there's one. I'm gonna get out. See, I should have cut more of those other little chickens. And this is that one where I need to put a little something around the edge, which is easy enough. There. I don't know, I feel like sometimes when I send cards to JJ, I don't want to send traditional, you know, just traditional cards. This isn't like, it's like an opportunity to play around with something kind of different. And it's a chance for me to use my weird stuff that I have in my stash that I'm not going to give my family a bunch of chicken cards necessarily, right? I might. I love that. I wonder if chickens do the people dance at their weddings. I love it. It's so cute. All right, there's another. I love that I'm using these little guys, and I can get out my gems and put gems on here. And I might add, you know, extra, like, it would be really easy to just add extra stickers or something on here, you know, like whatever looks good. I think the chickens are adorable. I have a whole bunch of stamps that look like the chicken wire and stuff like that. It would be really easy to like just stamp in the background a little bit of, you know, chicken wire texture or something. I don't know. I didn't want to do like all the stamping and all the extra today, you know what I mean? Now see, this has stickers on it. That looks really cute. And there's a lot of egg possibilities here. A lot of eggs. So I could do more eggs. Right. Okay, so how are we doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Time-wise, not bad at all. Sometimes this live like someone left the gate open. I use that with birthday. I think that's really cute with birthday. Like celebrate you, live like someone left the gate open, or celebrate, you know, party down, whatever. You know what I mean. I think those are cute. All right. We are going to put some, we're going to make these farm fresh eggs here. I'm like, I stamped them. I'm going to use them. Dang it. Here. And I have some little chicks around here somewhere. I think I used all the ones I colored. Where did I put that paper punch? Okay. Let's see if I can punch the bottom half of this and make it look right, or if I'll screw it up. Okay, we are wrapping up. Is there any final questions or anything? Any requests for the next Stash Buster? Something that would make it easier for you? Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, that's cute. I want to, when I do these Stash Buster, I do these on my own a lot. Like, I don't turn on Facebook all the time and tell everybody. I just sort of get out a paper pack and go to town. But if there's something that I can do so that it's easier to follow along, or something that you would like to see differently, if you want to see me do something with just Stampin' Up and not all my other stash, I mean, look at that. Hey, chick. And then the fresh eggs, and then your extra special. I love it. I love it. It's cute. It's not ideal because I didn't have a piece big enough, but it'll work. It's fine. It'll be fine. I just wanted it to fit on that circle. Let's see if I can do that again. Oh, look, this one's, I can put it in better. Look at that. It's perfect. And nobody hurts my feelings by saying, you go too slow, you go too fast, change this, change that, don't make so many. Whatever, you know, whatever you think would make this easier. And time-wise is always hard for me because I'm retired. I don't work. I can rearrange a lot. If I had plans to go somewhere today, I would just go tomorrow. I mean, it's not a big deal. So I like to know when you're free. A lot of you guys work and would like to join, but you know, like Noelle's at work. I really, really like this. I need more eggs. The one thing about those honeybee eggs is I don't have dies, so I have to fussy cut. Now, I'm fast at fussy cutting eggs, but I feel like I would cut a whole bunch at a time. Oh, you know, I just need to use my brother, scan and cut them. Just do a whole page of eggs, right? I love this keep calm and click on. Makes me happy. And you know, right now, in this moment of time, the egg stamps would be fun to send to people. I'm glad you like them. Thank you, Stephanie. I need feedback, you guys. I need to know. I need to know what you think, because it is really hard to decide. Like, I think the other Stash Busters have always been Christmas. You know, I've had them themed. It's like Christmas theme or Halloween themed or birthday themed, or oh, that's another kit I really want to use as a Stash Buster is that birthday set, because my gosh, I have a lot of that paper. That's so cute. All right. Are they all starting to look the same? It's because I stamped a lot of the same images really quick. Be able to have the card bases ready. Yeah, I think that is true. And it's on my event when I put this on the event page. The reason I did that instead of like just putting it on my normal Facebook post, whatever, is that everybody gets the event. So if you click on the event itself, it has my detail on there. And the detail has, I believe, the cards that we'll be making. And I can try to make sure that I put card base sizes. One of the reasons I don't always is because I don't make my card bases ahead of time all the time, but I could, and then you wouldn't be waiting for me. I mean, right now I feel like you're probably all just watching me anyway, but okay. All right, so card bases ahead. That means I have to think ahead. But I can do that. I can do that. Oh, that's so cute. Look at that. Fresh eggs. Keep calm and click on. Gosh, I just love these so much. I have one more. I have one more chicken that I can put in here. That uses up all my stamped big chickens. And let me see what I have on my sticker sheet to use up. I could do the ducks. Here's a little chicken. So cute. I have lots of flowers. I think I probably need to use some of the, some of the flowers. Let me see if I have a hey chick. and out of Hey Chick. That's too bad, because I'm going to put a little Hey Chick right there. So if you guys would like one of my chicken cards in the mail, tell me now. And I have a whole bunch of stuff getting ready to go into the mail in the next little bit, like in the next few days. Okay, let's see. I have that. Keep calm and click on. Yeah, I understand the getting lost thing. You know, one thing I've noticed is when I watch like other people do lives or whatever, what I've noticed is no matter how fast I am, and I tend to be pretty fast, they already know what they're going to do. They already know what they're going to grab for. They already know, you know, what they need, and it's right in front of them. And so they don't have to hunt around or move things around to get to it, because they've already sort of planned their next step. And I feel like, oh, look, I found one more of those little chickens. So yeah, I feel like I'm often behind, and then it really helps. Like, there are some people who are just really good at going slow enough that you can keep up, and I'm not one of those people. It's hard for me to do that. So yeah, I get that. Okay, I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to run through the cards just so you can see what we did, because it's 3, and they'll probably cut us off in a minute here. Okay, so there's an easel. See, these need a little embellishment, but they're cute. Your extra special. Cute. I want to put a Hey Chick up there. Hey Chick. Just chicken in. This one needs a little help. I think it needs flowers or something on it. Keep calm and click on. And then we have our bookmark cards. Almost all of them are like this. They have the bookmark with the message, the big rooster. I think this is my favorite one. The one where I punch the circle with the chicken. Your extra special. Okay. Yeah, this liquid glue is fast. It's much faster than it. That's another thing is if you're slow at foam tape or slow at using your tape gun, or if I just don't use my tape gun like this all the time, it does help to be able to keep up. But it's still hard when you don't know the next step. So I understand that. All right. Have a fabulous afternoon. I have 18 cards here and then 2 bases that I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. So I think I did pretty good here. And I hope that you guys come out with a bunch of finished stuff just like me. I'm going to embellish these with some of the sticker sheet. Just a little more. They just need a little jazzed up. And after that, I'm done, which is great. So have a wonderful weekend. Yeah. The circles end up in the center of the mini card. Yeah, like this. Like approximately a 1/4 inch from each side. 1/4 inch circle. And then slide your bookmark on and get your circle lined up where you want it. Okay. Have a great weekend, and I want to see what you make. Bye-bye.